Hello again folks, and welcome back to my channel. I am the Lone Adventurer and we're back with NoteQuest. It's been far too long since I've played. I was distracted by other things and it feels like this NoteQuest adventure has barely started and I want to take it further. So we've got our halfling guard, which I have not yet named. Maybe I'll throw it open to you guys. Can you think of a name for my halfling guard? If you can't, maybe I'll have to try and come up with one myself, but I'm not very good at names. So what do you think? Where are we at? Where's my halfling guard at? He's had a bit of an adventure into a nearby tomb. I think we hit some bad weather on the way. We discovered a goblin city. I can't really remember if I did anything there. We went into this tomb, the tomb of the sinister tomb of the gloomy serpent. Then did quite well in there. I think we may have gone in there a couple of times, I think, and then we made our way back to the human city where we started. So the halfling guard is in a pretty good position at the moment. He's got a nice helm, so a bit of armour. This is the first time I've ever had armour in this game. He's fully provisioned up. He's got maximum provisions which allow him to travel around the world. He's got plenty of coins. He's got a full complement of 10 torches and he's got 18 HP, his maximum amount. Looking at the map, we are here, or he is here, in A. This over here is the tomb of the gloomy serpent, which we've explored before. I'm conscious that down in D here we found some ruins. I think ruins are just a type of dungeon that you can go in, possibly. I need to check that, but maybe we can go down into the ruins. But before we do that, I did have a couple of people point out during the last video, namely Brian Rayburn and Samuel Tier, hopefully I've got those right, who both pointed out to me that I should be strongly considering advanced classes. Apparently there are some good advanced classes that do not cost a lot of money. So let's see if we can find out what those are all about. Alright, so we have got a lot of options here, and they range in cost from 10 coins all the way up to 6,000 coins. Well, I've got 118 coins, so I guess I can probably look at anything maybe up to 50 or possibly up to 70. I would say I would feel comfortable spending. I can see a couple here have got a requirement. In fact, they've all got a requirement. Now I'm looking at this. The Avenger. You can be an Avenger having avenged the death of a relative. How on earth do you avenge the death of a relative? No idea. So Ruthless and Goblinator require me to have killed 10 imps and 10 goblins. Have I killed any? No, I don't think I've killed any imps or any goblins. Minor. Have survived 2 dungeons, give you +1 HP, and you can leave the dungeon if you run out of torches rather than just dying. That's pretty cool, but I've only been in 1 dungeon. Grave Digger, having lost another character. Well, we've never lost a character whilst playing in this world, and gives you +2 against undead. That is pretty sweet. Gladiator, when you fought in an arena. Janitor, when you've killed all creatures from a sewer. I mean, I appreciate you suggesting these advanced classes, folks, but I don't have any of these so far. Let's have a look. I'm just going to read through and then stop if I find one I can actually do. Okay, well, I've had a look. I do like the idea of cook, which costs 100, and it requires you to have spent 20 provisions on the road. Now, I haven't been tracking that, but I guess I can go back over the videos and double check. I mean, I've certainly used at least 4 or 5 provisions, so I guess I'm on the way to that. That allows you to gain 1 provision per defeated monster, so that's pretty big. So just going into a dungeon will automatically increase, well, not automatically, but will inevitably increase your number of provisions. That's pretty cool, but I don't think I'm ready to do that quite yet. Lumberjack gives you plus 1 HP for 70, but you need to have travelled through 2 forests, and I don't think I've travelled through any forests, but I can certainly do that at some point. Now, this is the only one I'm thinking right now I could do. Guard, which costs 50, which is a bit pricey, but you can do this when you have killed at least 3 monsters, which I'm pretty sure I have, and that gives you plus 1 HP, which doesn't sound like a lot, but you know, to permanently increase my HP is a pretty big deal, I think. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to start a new section down here for classes. I've just realised I'm already a guard. Okay, well, I'm going to take this to be like an advanced guard, so I'm doing it. It says here, you can acquire as many classes as you like, you just cannot acquire the same class more than once. So this is, I think, being an advanced guard. I've killed some monsters now, I'm a better guard for it. And that's cost me 50, which is taking me down to 68 coins, which still feels quite safe and comfortable. And that's going to give me increase of 1 HP. And I'm going to increase my maximum and my current, which seems like a fair thing to do in this situation, from 18 to 19. That's going to be the advanced class purchase I make right now. I guess I just have to keep on killing things, so eventually I'll be able to get Ruthless and Goblinator, or Helsing. Yeah, and then Cook looks pretty sweet, and I'm sure there's some other sweet ones up here in the 100 and 200 range that I can think about getting before too long. But I think that's probably it for the classes for now. If I've missed something else awesome that I could have done, then let me know. Right, so I think we need to carry on exploring and having a look at this world. So I've turned back to the exploring the world section because it's been a while since I've played. I just want to see what I need to do. So I'm going to be walking around, and travel time depends on the type of train you're entering. So it's 1 regular, so 1 provision consumed. Mountains is 3 days, so you can consume 3 provisions. Any other land type takes 2 days, consuming 2 provisions. So I think what I'm going to do is just head down this way. What's that over here? Just wondering. Oh, okay, that's plains. I think that's plains. So I could head over this way and then down that way, and then maybe I'm getting towards these ruins. I just need to check ruins. So okay, yes, you can explore ruins as if it were a dungeon. Ruins. Here it is. Upon reaching a ruins hex, you must roll 2d6 and refer to the table below, and then you do the whole thing. Okay, cool. So that's what happens when I get down to the ruins here. But I think I'm just going to go west into these plains initially. So that's going to cost me 1 provision. First thing to do when you enter a hex is to determine the neighbouring hexes. Okay, so I'm just going to make a note of where I've moved to. And then we need to work out what these neighbouring hexes are. Right, so we are now here in a plane. So we've got this table here, and basically it's 50-50 as to whether everything is a plane, but you might find some water, some mountains, or a forest. So I'm going to start down here. 6, so that's a plane. Sorry, did I say down there? I meant down here, because we're going around this location here. So down here, that is a plane. What about here? More planes. You can never have too many planes. Okay, and finally up here, more planes. That was exciting. The Great Western Plains. Right, so with that done, what's next? Oh, I missed this bit. If the dice lands on a 6, there is a location. Roll on the location table on the next page. We totally had one. Was it there or was it there? Oh no, we didn't do that once. Was it there or was it there? I'm going to say, I think it was here. So we're going to have a location here. So the land of the location is a plane, which means it's going to be one of these 6 things. And we've got 2, a goblin city. So we've got our second goblin city here. So this is location E. I'm going to draw the same sort of little stumpy huts that I used to represent the other goblin city. There's quite a lot going on in my world. I'm pretty sure someone commented and said, "Man, I can't believe how many places you're discovering." So there you go. Now, with that done, I think I need to have an event, because I have entered a hex that doesn't have any kind of location, and therefore you need to have an event. So you roll 2d6, 7 or more, nothing happens, otherwise something happens. 4. So a result of 3 or 4 in a plane. Aha, we've got a beastie. We've discovered an orc to fight. Alrighty, I don't think I've had to fight anything on the map yet. So an orc discovered in the plane has 6 HP and 3 damage, and we might have some loot. Right, so we need to do 6 points of damage. It has been a while since I've played this game. I can't even remember how to fight something, but luckily I do know it's incredibly simple. Right, so I'm using a short sword, which allows me to roll 1d6. So I think I just roll 1d6, and that's how much damage I do. Here we go. 5. So I do 5 points of damage. Then the orc attacks me back. So I just remove the damage that they do from my HP or my armor's HP. So I'm just going to remove it from mine. So the orc is doing 3 points of damage. So that's going to take me down to 16 HP. And then roll one more time for my attack, and I finished the orc off. And the orc had loot. After the fight, roll 1d6. On a 6 you found 1 treasure. On a 5 you found 1 key. On a 4 or less you found 1 coin. 3. So I found a coin. So that takes me up to 69 coins. So I need to carry on, and I am going to, I think I might just do a slightly circuitous, is that a word? I'm going to go this way. I'm not going to take the as the crow flies route to the ruins. I'm going to go for a leisurely stroll to this plane, which will allow me to discover these 3 hexes. Go down here and see what's going on down there. Fancy doing a little bit of hexploring. Okay, so we're going to move into another planes, and so we need to see what is in these hexes that we haven't yet discovered. So once again, we're rolling on the terrain table. 6. So that is a plane with a location. Because I apparently find a lot of locations, it would appear, and a lot of planes. Right, so what's the location going to be? 2. It's another goblin city. Blimey. It's a lot of goblin cities. This is like Goblin Land. I guess I need to make friends with the goblins. Right, and then we need to see what's in this hex. 2 mountains. And this one over here. 6 a location. Planes and a location. Alright. I just can't believe how many locations there are. Alright, so which location are we finding this time? 5. A human city. How convenient. So this is our 4th city. It's very crowded here. So we've got 2 human cities and 2 goblin cities. Maybe I should name the cities as well. So I am here. We've discovered all the locations, which means we need an event, potentially. So let's roll for events. 5. Ooh, heavy rain. Lose 1 provisions. This is what happened to me last time as well. Hang on, shouldn't I have gone down to 18 just for moving into this location? I should have done, shouldn't I? So the heavy rain is going to take me down to 17 provisions. So do I go to the Goblin City? I suppose I could. Alright, let's go to the Goblin City. Okay, so into the Goblin City. And what are we going to do here? We don't need to... Oh, wait a minute. We do need to find out what is in these neighbouring hexes. So let's do that quickly, starting with this one. 4, that's just a plane. Alright, and then this one here. Oh, that's a 6, but only counts if it's in the dice tray. 4 again, so that's just another plane. Right, so are we going to do anything in the Goblin City? I don't need to rest. Well, I could rest and recover my hit points. I mean, maybe I should. Am I alright in a Goblin City? Oh yeah, halflings are... Everybody likes halflings. That's the good thing about being a halfling. Well, maybe I should spend 1 coin to recover my hit points. It'd be foolish not to, for a mere coin. So that's going to get me back up to 19. Maybe I should also top up my provisions. 17, so I can... Oh wait a minute, it would have cost me a provision to come into this location. Keep forgetting to do that. And then I need to buy 4 provisions to get me back up to max. I don't want to sell anything. I could do the whole asking where the nearest dungeon is. I probably will. In a goblin city you can buy a Verdosa potion for 30 coins. When drinking, roll a die. If it's a 3 or more, you regain all your HP. If not, you'll be itchy for a whole day. So 30 coins, that's very expensive for a 50-50 health potion. So I'm not going to do that right now, that's madness. Maybe at some point in the next dungeon I'll regret not doing that, but I'm not gonna. Okay, so I am going to ask, you can ask where the nearest dungeon to town is. Or can I? Because I've already got ruins. So I don't have a dungeon in an adjacent hex. I have a ruins in an adjacent hex, which can be treated like a dungeon, but it's not a dungeon. So I think I can get myself a dungeon here. Roll 1d6, count to work out where the dungeon is. Alright, I'm going to roll a dice. I can't remember if in the past I've rolled a dice to work out the hex and then rolled a dice to work out the dungeon type. Instinctively that seems like the logical way to do it to me. So I am here. 1, 2, 3. So we're going to have a dungeon down here in this hex. And it's going to be a palace. Alright, so we've got some kind of palatial dungeon. And this is going to be the something palace of the something something. Okay. 4, 5, 6. The bloody palace of the 5, 6, 7, 8 of the dark Queen. Cool. The bloody palace of the Dark Queen. I would say that's enough for the first video. That was pure hex crawl good times. And we'll come back for another one in which I will either go to the bloody palace or I'll explore the ruins. We will see. So, thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate you and your time. That was very polite of me, wasn't it? If you enjoyed this adventure and you want to see more just like it, please do consider subscribing to my channel and hitting the bell notification icon. Thank you very much for watching. I have been the Lone Adventurer. See you in the next one. Bye bye.